And thanks for joining us this morning. I have just started a brand new room, so I'm hoping that people will join the stream. And we will get a good turnout, and we'll see some fantastic liveries. So the idea of this room is to allow people that have created liveries to jump in and display their liveries. You know, every day thousands and thousands of liveries are created, and one of the things that frustrates me is that the way the game is built and the way that the algorithms work when people share their liveries is there's only a very, very short window that those liveries, I should say, get seen, and then they disappear into, you know, the pile of pages of liveries. And so, you know, these rooms, these shows are an opportunity for people to show their liveries, right? And you know, everybody makes their liveries for their own enjoyment, but I believe also that people want to show their liveries because they want to show people their own thoughts and their own imagination and their own expression of what they would like a particular car that they've bought to look like. So, yeah. So that's why I created this room. Yeah, I'm just chatting some messages, putting some messages up. I've had one person join. And so, sorry, push the wrong button. That's never good. Let's try that again. Nope. I think the right button will help, won't it? Let's try that. There we go. Oops, I'm trying to make a canned message so that people know where to go. And what I hope is that I will get some followers, and I can do this on a regular basis, you know, maybe every second night or every Saturday night or something. And maybe even people can join, stream and chat. So just bear with me while I do this, and I apologise that initially this will seem like a slow and maybe even boring broadcast, because until people start to join, okay, I do want to save that. And I apologise if you're not seeing this, but so I'm going to go out and go park. Now, as I'm streaming, if I'm in my car, you won't see very much, but what I'll do is I'll go out first because I want to, I guess, sort of attract or it's my car. This is a series of liveries that I've done actually. I did this, and you can see I've got fuel burn on low. That's on purpose to stop people doing laps, because this is a show. It's not a room for lapping as per the room title, which gives a clear indication that it's a show. Anyway, this livery is one of three that I've done. I did this for the 1970, I think 70, Nissan 2000 GT, which I guess was really the first GTR in parentheses. I did the R32 GTR, which I think is probably still, even though this car is obviously a supercar, the GTR R32 is really the iconic GTR. I think in most people's minds, it was the one that, you know, was the game changer as far as Japanese sports saloons go. And certainly putting the world on notice that Nissan were capable, or that Japan were capable, of building supercars. And then obviously what followed was the Supra, the NSX, the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. So it was that era of cars, and then finally the R35. So if you were to go to my gallery, and you can send me a friend request, F30 330i M Sport is my user ID. You can browse my gallery and you can see the three of them that are all done in this same livery style. And yeah, so same green. I don't know what you call this green, but I think it's a very effective green, particularly in the sun, as you can see. And so we'll get some people joining, and then what I plan to do is I plan to jump out and not necessarily display my cars all the time, because if I display all my cars, you won't be able to see the other cars. And you can see my cars by looking in the gallery. By the way, if you don't want to become a friend, that's fair enough. You can also go into the showcase. And have a look at my gallery as well. You can't type. I'm trying to type and think and talk at the same time, so I'll get better at this. Because the idea is not to necessarily show you my liveries, as I was trying to say, but for you to see all the other liveries. So we're almost there. Oh boy, my typing is bad. I don't know whether you can see the screen as I'm typing. If you can't and you're getting blue screen, I apologise. But yeah, so if I stay in the room with a car, everything that you see will be based on my car and not the other cars, and I want you to see the other cars. So we'll just see how we go. Now Adrian's been in the room with me before. I'm just typing to Adrian to let him know that we might do a cruise. But I don't want it to be every time. But yeah, so like I said, if I am in the room, then all we see is my version, and I'd really like to be able to focus on everybody else's car. So you can see all of theirs. Who is it again? JC. Just need one more player. That's all we need. Here we go, one more car. I want this to be democratic too. I should add, actually. Yeah, so, sorry, I'm just getting my thoughts together here. This is all brand new, off the cuff, so none of this is planned. But I hope that it'll become and I want to be democratic about it too, if I can. Alright, so I apologise, I'm stalling. The idea is once this gets going, that you don't have to see my car, everybody would just turn up, I'll just be streaming, I'll be showing each of the cars, I'll talk a bit about each of the cars, maybe I'll give some input around the liveries, I don't know, let's just see what happens. But, rally, interesting category, JDM. I wish I could type faster. If everybody was in the stream, they could hear me talking. I wouldn't have to type at all, but... AW... Alright. So I'm going to jump out. Now that we've got 8 cars. And hopefully I can now just spectate like this, and then you can see all the different cars. I'm just going to work out the right view. That's probably the best view, isn't it? Because that way I can toggle front and back and turn side to side and go through all the cars. So what they're going to learn as they do the full lap around is that they don't have a lot of fuel to play with. Don't know how a Bugatti is a rally car, but anyway, who is that? Let me just work out who that is. That is Mr. McLaren. No, that's not Mr. McLaren. Where's the Bugatti? There's the Bugatti. Why are you ramming? Looks like it's ramming people. He won't live long. Tariq. He's already left. I didn't kick him. He left. Which was just as well, because I suspect that he wasn't here for the right reasons. There's a Ford Focus rally car. It's a Lico GR4 by looking at it. I think that's what it's called. Well, GR4 style. That was like a more real GR4. I think that's what they call them. GR4. Lancer Evo. Now, again, the idea of this is... let me just interrupt here somehow. Oops, wrong button. Sorry, folks. Okay. Rally cars, mate. And you know what? That's going to happen. And that's okay. You know, like, I'm not, at the moment, I'm not that worried about enforcing things like, yikes, whether people bring proper liveries or clean paint. I'll talk about that in more detail because a lot of people are new to the game overall. When I say new to the game, I mean just trying to work out the best view to sort of then toggle between each car, you know. Alright, so if I do that, then I can get a good view of every car, right? Ford Focus, Mitsubishi Evo, Cosworth Sierra, which is not an all-wheel drive car. A Quattro, I've done a Quattro, it's been pretty popular, it's got about 170 likes if you want to have a look at it in the gallery. That is the bog standard livery, which brings me back to my initial point of conversation. You're going to see some of these cars that are just standard. What I'm going to do is just call out some people. Who's that? JMTR. Well, a rally car, but just as who is the user? That's what I'm struggling with. We'll go through everybody here. Find out who that is. Oh, he's disappeared. Alright. Green Egg's asking for a race. No, you shouldn't have a race. This is not a racing room. Green Egg. So there's going to be some people doing some crazy things as well. If it becomes irritating, I'll warn them and then I'll kick them if they persist. get myself a keyboard to do this faster. One of the things I don't like is people doing what this player is doing right now. Reason? The sound is annoying. So I'm just going to change players, that's one way to get it. The other reason is that it's not something that's unique that they're doing that nobody else in the game can do. If anybody is in this game and has played it for more than a week and can't sit there and do a burnout, there is something seriously wrong. And so from a entertainment or amusement perspective, it kind of wears off really quickly. So that's why I don't really like when people, especially if it's near the show area, if people behave like that. So we're just having a look at the cars now. Oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? A little Truino with, what is that off? It's off like is it an album, or is it a movie, or a poster? Something like that. I'm trying to work out what it's off. There's something on the roof, but I can't see it. Neon Nights. Okay. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. High school. Just in high school with a girl wearing not much. Anyway, I'm surprised that's been allowed to stay on a car. Okay, so we got an RX-7. Got some nice liveries here, I think. And this is why I hate typing on here, because it's got to be the worst setup. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, we've got 2 people watching the stream, welcome. This is a brand new concept that we've launched today called Cars and Coffee by Warp Drive, which is one of my channels, and glad you found it. What we're doing is we're going to pick categories. The whole intent of this room is for people to bring out their liveries, you know, and they may be liveries they created. I hope they're liveries they created. They may be plain paint, or they might be custom liveries. And I'll talk a bit more about what I mean by clean paint versus custom livery. For example, that is a custom livery. You can see there it's highly detailed, a lot of decals that are on it. But then if we go to that R34 GTR, you can see that is a clean paint. And a lot of people who are new to the game may not understand the difference, but it's a significant difference. That livery there, whilst it might look good and very realistic, anybody here in this group here that's lined up within 30 seconds or maybe a minute and a half could create that livery. You know, it's a standard paint, a custom wheel set that you can buy, some spoilers, and yeah, that's it. Whereas even that one there, that Truino Oreo, you can see how it's custom. That will take more work to do, more effort, more creativity, more imagination. So yeah. So Adrian's is cool and Hashmar's is cool, and who is this player here? Sorry, McLaren. All right, Hashmar, McLaren need to be called out. So that. And it's falling apart if people leave the room. Leave the chat, I mean. Or are they all gone? It's like they've all split. So I've asked Adrian to lead the cruise because I know him. He's been in a room here before. People can get themselves organised, it's becoming a bit chaotic. And this is the thing, like, we're going to get this straight off the bat. We're going to get all sorts of people that won't read the room name. They'll have their own plan of what they want to do when they join the room, like, for example, sitting here and doing burnouts. So I'll give them a warning, because for every person that comes in here and does stuff like this, there could be another player wanting to join the room if the room's full, and they, you know, detract from the experience of people that want to come and watch this. So I just want to make sure that we don't get people doing the wrong thing, you know. When I say the wrong thing, I mean the wrong thing for what I want this room to be. I'm not saying that it's wrong for people to do burnouts, I'm just saying that it's not the room for it. So, okay, crew's not happening. We'll jump on. So it's going to take a little while for us to get this happening in a, I guess, a structured way, so that it runs well, and so that people who are watching the stream will actually get a good, you know, a good experience watching. But like I said, we're going to have to, I guess, herd people in and out of the room, give them the right guidance around what's the right thing to do and what's the wrong thing to do. Through the cars. I don't know what this guy here sitting here doing, babe. So we just let people know that another pretty cool design. Like the fade work. Bit of a wrap going on the back there, but that's okay. You know, I can talk for a long time about livery design. For those of you that don't know, in Gran Turismo Sport, I made, I think the number is 960 custom liveries. Excuse me, I'm still getting over COVID. In GT7 so far, I'm up to about 445, I think it is. Who is this person? Foo Fighter, okay. And it's not a drifting room. So, people that want to come into the room and drift because they think it's good, I want to say something about that too. It is not hard to drift in this game. It is not a sign of skill. Anybody with a controller can put themselves into drift mode and drift. Sorry, I'm just going to kick him. I warned him. And he just tried to ram someone then too. So he has to go. You know, for this room to work, I can't tolerate people doing that. Okay, let's get back to it. I hope people understand. I'm not being harsh. Here's another one. This is Kyle. Why is it giving me their name? Give me their name. If I can't spot the name, I'll have to go into the list. Okay. It's that guy there. This nickname has been deleted, GAC Maverick. Alright, if he comes out in a different car. Give him a warning. Change that guy too. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this guy too. The disc gone. Okay. Those two guys have got to go. Where's the disc gone? And that guy. Well, I haven't warned him, so I'll warn him first. And the problem is that these guys distract from the actual event, so it wastes time and the other players trying to play. This guy's drifting. So I'm trying to get the guys that are doing the wrong thing out of the room, and the reason for that is that for everybody to be doing what the room's about, you can't have people doing this sort of stuff. It's distracting. German. I don't know what that is. I'm hoping that's a Toyota. Looks like a Toyota, so that's okay. Maybe it's a Porsche. Silver roof. That's the Porsche, I believe. Just double check. No. Okay. Okay, this guy's got to go. But you can see what's happening is it's breaking up the intent of the room, and the people that are here with the right intent that want to be part of this will get annoyed because they're trying to display their cars and go to the next category and they can't. So that's why you have to be strict. So I'm going to start being strict. That guy hasn't moved his car yet. This guy's not participating. So I don't want people in here that aren't participating. Okay, now he's participating. Great. So now we can go back. Alright, and it's going to take a while, you know. This is what always happens when anybody that tries to stream and tries to do something specifically with their streaming. This is what happens when they first start out. They will get anybody and everybody joining the room. They won't. The people will look at the track. They won't look at the rules or the name of the room to understand what the room's about. And so they'll just join the room with their own agenda and their own, you know, ideas of what they want to do. And again, it's perfectly okay for them to do that, but this is not the room for them to do it. So we've just got to be strict and you know, get this going. And once it's going and it starts to get a bit of a, I guess, a profile, we'll get people coming into the room that know what the room's about and are here to do what the room is about, and that is to show off their liveries. So we'll just wait for everybody to come around to the parking area. Type. Nothing like a typo. Didn't see that message, but hold on a minute. Here we go. So this is what we want to see. We want to see everybody parking up. Yeah. It doesn't matter what car you're bringing. If it's German, it's fine. Alright, and we get everybody doing what's supposed to be done, and then we can actually enjoy the cars. And once we get everybody organised, then we can do things like a cruise, so that the cars can, you know, move around, that the people in the cars, the players themselves, can have a bit of fun. You know, we don't want crazy stuff. We don't want people getting smashed into, or having their experience ruined by somebody who thinks it's okay to drift in front of them. So I think this is everybody for now, and it's okay if we've only got 6 or 7 players initially. This will take time, but hopefully it's a concept that people will. Sorry, people jumping in my car. Get some more players joining. That's great. Flash. So what we don't do is we don't give them airtime. Nice Porsche there from GR3. Oh, I keep forgetting that I can chat straight away. Of course, I wish I could type faster with this setup. So I talked before about clean paint, and you can see each player with clean paint. I don't know if everybody's here yet. But the idea is that it's, you know, people can just jump into the stream and just chill out, you know. The idea is that this is a room that people can chill out and watch the different liveries that people have made, and hopefully it becomes very popular, especially for really good livery makers. And there are some fantastic livery makers in this game. a lot of them who don't get the credit that they deserve, and that again is because of the algorithm of the game. And if this flash guy does anything here, but yeah, like I said, there are some fantastic livery makers in this game. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Shamzar, but welcome to the stream, and thanks for joining. You've brought out a couple of cars already that looked fantastic, and I know that you're in your Carrera GT, which is a beautiful car, and it looks great in its standard clean paint silver. So does Scissors blue. It's a beautiful blue for the Carrera GT. Where is it? I can only find it. Where are you? Oh, he's gone back in the pits. But let's watch Jay Burrell in his Porsche. The thing about clean paint is that it's not original, and so the idea of this room, which is a Cars and Coffee, is to really give livery creators an opportunity that they don't get in Showcase to show their liveries. Now, what do I mean by that? Every day thousands of liveries are created by players. I create on average one a day. And so you've got these thousands of liveries being shared or uploaded into Showcase. And what happens is, because of the volume of them, if you were to go and look, you know, you pick any model or brand that you want, but if you went and looked at one, you'd see a page, and that page has got about 100 liveries. And then if you jumped out of Showcase and then jumped in like 2 or 3 minutes later, half of those liveries will have disappeared because new ones would have been added, and they take page 1. And so if you don't have a lot of followers, or if you're not one of these players that sorry, so I'm just trying to explain this group. Yeah, I'm trying to type, Adrian. I get so frustrated with typing on this game, I seriously do. Yeah, so, aviation nice, I want to say nice. Yeah, so, because of that fact, you could come out with a fantastic livery that's so unique, so well done, and so flawlessly executed, but it'll only be on display for a matter of, you know, minutes, and then it will disappear. And for most people, yeah, like Scissors too, they won't get the, what's the word, the credit, the acknowledgement, or the appreciation that they deserve for the work that they put in. And to also talk about livery design itself, for people that are not that familiar with livery design, just these two liveries, like, you might look at them and go, hey, they're the same livery, and they are, just executed on different colours. You can see, if you look at the front and the bonnet, same decals, etc. But for them to have created that livery, sorry, they've just jumped back to the pits. that's probably an hour to an hour and a half placing those decals in the right spots. If you're inexperienced. If you're experienced, it's probably about, looking at it, I'd say about 20-25 minutes, depending on the side scoop. See how there's a coloration around that side scoop on the rear wheel arch? If that was done using line work and livery editor, that would probably take you 10 to 15 minutes to get it right. If you've just grabbed an already made decal and stuck it on there, it's 30 seconds. So that's what I mean by it being unique. Now, okay, there was another one there that was exactly the same, but at least it had a different colour. But if you compare that, say, to that, there's an added spoiler kit, front and rear, put wheels on it, but otherwise, you know, so that's 40 seconds, roughly. 40 seconds to create that, and anybody can go in and buy, I think that's a custom McLaren orange, by the look of it. Anyone can go and buy that paint for $4,000 or whatever it costs, whack it on the car, and you're done. You know, we could have 16 of those driving around here. If I said everybody go and buy a Supra, grab the McLaren orange paint, put on the, I don't know what they are, maybe BBS or American racing rims, I can't tell because they're moving, whack some front and, oh, actually it doesn't even look like it's got a, oh yeah, front and rear spoiler on it and side skirt, they'd be back in the room in a minute and a half. So that's why, you know, people that create custom liveries do deserve to have their work appreciated. Yes, I do like it. So this is the cruise that's going on, and again, this will get better. Adrian shouldn't be drifting. I know him, so I'll be a bit kinder to him. You know, maybe at one point we might do a cruise where we say, alright folks, try drifting. But at the moment what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to establish this room and just get a really strong format with everybody doing the appropriate thing. Alright, let's go. So I hope that makes some sense, and I will talk a lot more about this stuff through I will talk more about this stuff as I do more and more of these broadcasts, and what I hope is that I can share my knowledge around livery design. And I want to say from the outset that I may not be regarded as an expert, if there is such a thing, when it comes to Gran Turismo livery design, but what I can say is that I did 960 odd custom liveries, and I don't mean clean paint like you're seeing here, I mean custom liveries. I'm not even going to be able to find one by the look of it, in GT Sport, and I've already done 440 something in Gran Turismo 7. So I'd like to think that having created over 1500 liveries, I at least have a lot of knowledge and experience of using the livery editor tool, what things work and more importantly what things don't work, because you make a lot more mistakes than you do succeed. But what I hope is that I can share some insights and talk a bit about livery design as well. For those people that join the stream that have either never created their own custom livery, or for people that are just starting, or for people that, you know, may be on their way but still trying to learn some of the tricks, and there are lots of tricks to livery design. You know, but I'm waiting for a car to come out with an example that I can use. Again, I don't want to bring my cars out, because if I do, the view that anybody will get on the stream will be only from my car. Whereas, you know, from here I can toggle between every car and show you a full 360 degree of their car on the stream. I hope it's not too buggy as I do that. I'm not streaming in high definition, so hopefully that means we'll get better visibility of the cars. So again, we've got some clean paint there. Clean paint, Subaru, clean paint on the Dodge, and a black bonnet on the SRT Hellcat. So, oh, he's got a window decal. Not sure that's in a number plate, but I don't know whether I class that as custom design. Sticking a decal on a rear window and putting a number plate on it might make it theoretically unique, but again, anybody could go and find that decal number plate, whack it on their red Hellcat, put whatever wheels he's got on it, which look like standard wheels, apply a black bonnet, carbon fibre paint bonnet, and you've done the exact same thing. So, you know, if you're the audience and you're watching this, how excited would you be about seeing these cars and going, well, why am I watching this? I could just go and grab my own ZLE1 or ZL1, ZL1, I think that's how you pronounce it. Grab that colour paint, black my wheels out, and away I go. I can just go have my own fun. Why am I watching this? And that, you know, is a fair point. So, the idea is for us to bring out custom liveries. We're going to have to be patient. It looks pretty cool. Looks like a downloaded livery, but anyway. And they don't look like, yeah. Hard to control Camaro, he said. Okay, let's just, we won't say anything. But as you can see at the moment, we've got 1, 2, 3. So that is serum syrup. And so these guys need to change. Oops. Serum syrup. And that guy, wasn't it? So tedious having to type. So tedious because I'm trying to control a keyboard with a console controller. So these guys need to change cars, or they need to leave the room basically. And it is going to take a while, like I said. And some of these people, this room isn't for them. You know, I think this Flash guy, for example, isn't for him, because he wants to sit there and do burnouts. Again, it's annoying. Aviation is struggling with his tyre choice. So that again is a standard paint. Okay, it might be a custom paint colour, but you can see that it's clean. Number plate, sure. Alright, let's have a look. One of my favourites is the Nova. Again, that's a clean paint with aftermarket rims, and whilst it looks nice, it's not unique. We've already had a look at the Cuda. Oh, what's not a Cuda, is it? It's a Challenger. We've already looked at the Hellcat. We've looked at the ZL1. Somebody's in the wrong car again. And you can see a decal on the side of that. But again, it's just clean paint. This has been an interesting thing, an interesting what I'll call a phenomenon with Gran Turismo 7. Gran Turismo 7 clearly has amassed a whole stack of new players to Gran Turismo, and I'm guessing they're younger players, and I believe that COVID is a big reason for it. But it's almost like there's been a loss of understanding about what liveries are about, and whether it's because people haven't been able to master using the livery editor tool, or they don't know how to navigate around the game, or they haven't progressed in the game far enough to get to that point. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, if we were to go back to Gran Turismo Sport, you know, the percentage of people driving around in plain paint cars would have been roughly, I would say, 40%. In the game now, it's more like 75% of players drive around in these plain paint cars. And it's really interesting to see. I'm just going to jump out, just want to see the chat. Okay, good. Now who's this guy? No name, so that's probably the German guy. I'm just going to call it out for him. Everything is tasked when you're trying to type. But so if I'm trying to determine who's done great work in terms of creating a livery, who would I call out? Because the reality is that I couldn't say that anything that's on display is great work. People might have made nice choices in terms of their colour preferences, but things like colour is so subjective as well. But more importantly, as I said earlier, if I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh, you know, I love Gran Turismo and I like to, I can't play right now because I'm out and about, or I'm eating my breakfast, or I'm eating my lunch, I know I'll jump onto YouTube and I'll watch a Gran Turismo 7 streamer and see what they're up to. And they happen to look through and see this stream and go, oh, what's this about? Cars and coffee. Bring your cars out, and they look at it and they go, well, all they're doing is they're just showing standard cars. Is there novelty? You know, is there something that's unique that stimulates a person's senses watching this broadcast from seeing all of these standard colours? Answer? I'm not sure. Okay, they're all cruising, which is good. Good to see. So this is what I hope will eventually happen, is we'll actually get an order to the room. People will kind of get what it's about. They'll join because they want to be part of it. They'll join because they might have just created a livery, or they might have created 20 or 30, and they want to show off their cars. And the streaming audience will join the room because they know that they're going to come into a room that give them the chance to see some hopefully cool looking liveries. And okay, I'm going to change the settings a bit. View event settings. No, I want to change the room settings. How do I change the room settings? There, that's what I need to do. Edit event settings. Change event settings. That was pretty stupid of me. Let's try that again. Where's the fuel consumption? There. Now I suspect what's going to happen here is we're going to see a lot of Fast and Furious liveries come out. Oh, hang on, Aviation's picked JDM. Alright, let's go with that. Hi and welcome to the stream if you've just joined. My name's Sean, or iflowboy, and I really appreciate you joining the stream. I've just been talking about the liveries that were on display, and I just changed the fuel ratio because I had it up high. The reason I did that was, again, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a new type of room activity here where people bring out their liveries to show. That's the intent of it. And then we'll do some, we won't do it every time, but we'll do a cruise, or I might say, okay, it's a free expression lap that you can do. I don't want this to be a drift room as per se, but I know a lot of players kind of like to do that sort of thing, and maybe the people watching the stream would like to see it. So we'll do stuff like that, but the whole intent of the room is for people that have created a livery to be able to bring it out and show it, and to have it appreciated on YouTube. And so welcome. The category at the moment is JDM, which was picked by Aviation. So if you want to grab your JDM or a JDM car and make your way down to the car park, that'd be great. In the meantime, let's have a look at some of the cars. Little cappuccino by the look of it. Hard to see in the tunnel, sorry about that. What I was saying earlier, for those that just joined the stream, is what I'm also hoping to do is to try and give people that have created liveries a bit more, airtime or recognition, because in the game when you create a livery and you upload it to share with everybody, and it goes into showcase, because there are thousands of liveries being created every day, your livery is only visible by most players when they first jump into showcase for literally seconds, and then it disappears into the catalogue of pages and pages and pages of liveries for a GTR, for example, or for a Sylvia, or for a R33 GTR, or for a Subaru WRX STI. No, just a WRX. Not sure what version that is. Or a Honda Integra. So, you know, and it's a shame because the way that the game has been designed, it's the popular players that have, you know, thousands of people following them that get the airtime, and so they get more followers because they're the ones that people see, and people, generally speaking, won't sit there excuse me, they won't sit there and sift through 20 pages of liveries to have a look at, say, Adrian's livery that might be sitting on page 22 of 50 pages, or, put another way, 5,000 Z-car liveries. They won't do it. People want to find a livery that they like, and they might look through 10 pages, maybe. Even that's 1,000 liveries, because the 100 liveries to every page in Showcase, if you weren't aware, when you pick a particular model. But they won't sift through 20 pages. People just won't do it. And so no matter how good your livery is, if you don't have a big follower base, it's going to end up, as I say, in the bowels of the Showcase tool. And that's a shame, because there's some fantastic livery makers out there that, you know, don't make hundreds of liveries. They might make 20 or they might make 10, but they've done a really unique and very well executed livery, but most players will never see it. So kind of hoping this room will get popular. This is the first time I've done the stream, but I'm hoping to do it regularly, and I'm hoping that we will attract a lot of those people to the room. Very interesting look, the old splattered paint look. I've talked a lot about plain paint already in the broadcast. I don't want to repeat myself. Yeah, Integra Blood R. Very clever. That deserves a comment. Plain paint, I get it, because it's very real. Oops, where am I? Just hit the wrong button. But it's not exactly unique, and I hope people understand what I say about it being unique. You know, that's a lovely looking car. It's a nice paint, suits the car, nice rims. But is it something that that person did that nobody else could have done? No other player could have done? The answer is no. Whereas if you look at that, yes, you could probably go and copy what Adrian has done. But you'd have to be pretty, what's the word, dedicated to copying it to go ahead and go and copy that. Because there's a lot more detail that makes that a custom livery. This one, just whacked numbers on it, blacked out the bonnet, put the front spoiler on it, colour-coded the spoiler, put some side skirts on it, again not that hard. Blood R. Yes, it's unique, it's a different concept, unique idea. Could be pretty easily replicated, but again, to exactly replicate it, you've got to find those exact splashes, get them in the right dimensions and in the right locations, so that is not easy to do. The GTR had the spoiler kit done on it. Other than that, it's the same. Now, if this is created by this person, that's a lot more detailed, okay? It's a replica, but it still required a fair amount of customization to create the replica. Front side of the car, let's go back to our friend here. Let's put a roll cage in it, put a side skirt on it, but that Toyota is still not what I would call custom. Yeah. So, if you're thinking about doing livery design, I've created quite a few videos in YouTube around, using the livery editor tool. I haven't done what I would call a fully comprehensive breakdown of the tool. If that was something that was of interest, leave a comment and let me know. And I'm certainly happy to do some streams that talk a bit about livery design and how to use the livery editor tool, because it is a tool and it does require you to work at it, to master the use of it. But once you do, you know, you can effectively get yourself into some stuff like this, or like this, and even more unique and amazing than those two. But you can't do it overnight. You cannot go from having never done a livery to creating, you know, even something like that or something like that. That is not something that you can do on your first livery. If you were able to do it, yeah, I would be amazed. And again, I'm talking from the experience of having made 1,500 custom liveries, about 960 in GT Sport, and about 440 odd in Gran Turismo 7 so far. I must have exited out because you can't even see my car. And again, I'm not showing my cars because if I were to bring my cars out, the video view that you will get from the stream will just be of my car, and so I won't be able to show all the cars. So, yeah. Alright, now, I'm going to go back to the pits and pick a category. Oops, and we'll go with movie themes. Maybe that might bring out some more custom liveries going with actual theme cars. I suspect what we'll get is we'll get a lot of Fast and Furious cars coming out, because that seems to be in the game the most common copy liveries or replicate liveries. So let's see what we get. German car, doesn't have a movie theme, not sure it does. And he's a donut guy, so we're going to deal with him straight away. DX. Again, you might not understand what the room is about, but it's not a drifting room, so I try to police that quickly, because otherwise it can upset other players, and that will cause them to leave. And I want to look after the players that are doing the right thing, not the players that are doing the wrong thing. So I don't know what that movie theme is. Not sure what that movie theme is. That'll be a Fast and Furious type of theme by the look of it. Not sure what that one is as a theme. But I'll give this guy a warning. And then he'll be removed from the room. He's in a movie themed car, he's in a DeLorean. This guy does a burnout here, he's gone. Let's see. And I hope people understand why I'm removing people from the room. Like I said, I'm trying to build this up to be a regular type of room and a regular type of activity. And for that, I need to make sure that the people that come into the room that will continually follow and be part of it won't have to put up with these other people distracting and wasting time, basically. Yeah, this guy's still mucking around. Yep, okay. So, it's goodbye. Really important. And I know it's going to take time, you know, I'm not going to get full rooms every time for the first few weeks. Because like anything, and like anybody that's doing streaming or that creates regular rooms with regular activities, it will take time to build up a base of people that understand what this room is designed to be for, and for people that are like-minded and that want to come along. So I've got to be patient, but at the same time, what I don't want to do is I don't want to be in a situation where I get, you know, 4 or 5 people initially that will support the room getting annoyed and not bothering to come anymore because there's too many silly people that come in and ruin the experience or waste time. You know, if people have to sit here for 5 to 10 minutes whilst I administer all the people doing the wrong thing in the room, they're going to get bored. They're going to go, this room sucks, I could be doing something else that's much more fun, and they'll just leave. So I have to be disciplined, and I have to remove those people that are not doing the right thing. Otherwise, the whole concept will never take off, and people will never come to the room. I'm just going to thank them. This is a new concept, and so we're going to get lots of people joining that don't get it. But eventually, like, I don't know, a tiny turnip, I can't even say it, or a Shane Kenchi, or any of the other more popular in-game streamers, we're going to have to be patient for this to start to grab. The other thing about trying to type on here, you know, you think an obvious word when you start to type. And so, excuse me, sorry, I'm getting over COVID for those of you that join the broadcast from the very start, so I've still got a bit of a tickly cough. But yeah, you know, hopefully this becomes cool. The more people we get joining the room and following the room and regularly joining it, the more the format is known to everybody, and then we can be a bit more creative. You know, we can do more cruise laps, we can do, you know, expression sessions. We might even be able to do the odd race if we select, say for example, a GR category of car. But like I said, the one thing that I'm very mindful of is people coming into the room and doing the wrong thing, because the impact of that is that it holds everything up while we deal with those people. And so, you know, try to be nice and try to be courteous and try to help the person that's doing the wrong thing understand they're doing the wrong thing, and, you know, explain to them what the right thing is to do. But if they still don't, I guess, respect the room and do that, then unfortunately I'll have to remove them from the room. And maybe when I start the room the next time up, they might join again and they might know what the rules are, and they'll be more than welcome. You know, I'm not going to discriminate from people unless people do or say the wrong thing to other players in the room. And, you know, again, that's all about guidelines that the game itself would enforce. I don't want to remove people. Everybody will be welcome. You know, if you bring clean paint cars and you don't have any custom liveries, you're welcome as well. Hopefully you'll watch the streams and you'll understand that the room is more for custom liveries than clean paint, but everybody is welcome. It's pushing the pit. Yeah. So, yeah. You know, and again, the streams won't be that long. I'm thinking initially probably, you know, 45 minutes to an hour until we get a big following. You know, once we get a big following and we have full rooms, people will go into a room, then they'll leave the room after showing some liveries or whatever, and then the stream can run longer. And but for now, I think, you know, remembering too that the way the game works is you create a room and then other people create a room, and so your room moves down the list and you get further and further back in the list. And so people who want to join rooms, again, they have to spend the time searching through all the rooms to find your room. Obviously if I do it in this same track every time, that will make it easier because people will know that we broadcast from Grand Valley Highway 1. And so they'll do a search based on the track and that will help find us. But the point is, the room, if you like, becomes, for want of a better word, old. And so, you know, to get people following it, if it's been broadcasting for 2 or 3 hours, you know, it'll be harder to find. So, especially on a, excuse me, I'm yawning. Especially on a, say, Saturday night, where, you know, there's thousands of players on the game. So so we'll work out what a good time is. I mean, I'm in Australia, so right now here in Australia it's 7:15 in the morning, and so I'm not sure what time it is in Germany. I suspect it's something like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, probably the same for Spain. The UK, I suspect it's like 10 p.m, something like that at night. And so I've got to work out what is the best time to get people. You know, I could do this in another 2 hours and be right smack bang in the middle of, you know, USA afternoon, for example. So, or evening, early evening, depending if it's West Coast or East Coast. So, just got to work out what the right time is to do it. But I really hope that as a concept, it'll take off, because it's not about judging people's liveries. And I know people that go into car shows, and I used to go to a heck of a lot of them. You know, if you're not a good livery designer, if you're a new livery designer, or if you are only doing plain paint, you're probably not going to enjoy going to the car shows, because the car shows are all about saying, oh, you're the best, you're the second best, you're the third best. And if you know, turn up 7 or 8 rounds and show your cars and you never get a look in from the judges for whatever reason, again, you'll be a bit, what's the word, discouraged, and you'll go, I'll go and do something else. So the idea of this room is that we're not judging liveries, we're just giving you the opportunity to show your livery, and then we'll do some other activities. So what I might do is I might wrap up the broadcast now because I'm not quite sure we're going to get any more players joining, because, as I said, the room is probably now down the list and people are probably choosing other rooms. And, you know, 4 players in it, we can't really do what the concept of the room is all about. So I just want to say thanks everyone for joining the stream and the broadcast. And we'll do it again tomorrow, probably a similar time for now, and hopefully we'll get more people joining, more people that get it, more people that want to be part of it, and we'll see how we go. Just typing a message and then I'll end the stream. Oopsie. I'm going to type in my other message about the stream and friend me. Run out of room. Go to a second message. So I'm going to end my broadcast in terms of my commentary. Thanks very much for joining, guys. I just let Adrian leave the room and then I'll shut down the room. So thanks everyone. Take care, be kind to each other, enjoy your day or your evening, and we'll see you all again next time. Bye for now.